Welcome back to one of the Bears Probably Plays YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, September 26th, and I'm back breaking down some more plays for Thursday night. We're going to start by looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Milwaukee Brewers, and for the best play of the day, we have the Royals going up against the Washington Nationals, and another must-win game for the Royals. Four more player props, the two best player props being towards the end of the video. Hope everybody enjoys their Thursday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, here's the recap from Wednesday night. Pretty good day. Braves-Mets going to get postponed for a doubleheader on Monday. Juan Soto did hit a home run against the Orioles. Freddie P did allow 2 runs, kind of killed himself, 2 walks, and then allowed a double. Other than that, in the fifth, I think it was the 5th inning. Other than that, he pitched a really good game, only allowed 2 total hits. Vladdy Jr. over 1.5 bases did cash. Boston first 5 couldn't get anything going against the Blue Jays. They lost 2-0 in the first 5. Marcell Ozuna not going to play against the Mets tonight, postponed because of weather. That Boston game kind of pissed me off. Fitz, the rookie, he pitched pretty well. Only gave up a couple runs, both of them being in the 4th inning, I believe. But Boston, my God, they weren't mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, and they put up another stinker. So that was a really bad play for them and for me. But let's move on to the leaderboard. 2-0 down the best bets. That's what we're here for. Player props doing pretty well. 90 and 67 since the All-Star break. Pretty good. Hopefully we can gain some momentum going into the postseason. We're going to start with the Brewers going up against the Pirates. The Brewers, they're comfortable in the playoffs this season. The Pittsburgh Pirates are not going to be in the playoffs this season. This game doesn't really matter. I'm sure both of these teams, though, do want to win this game, but I do think the Pirates are playing for a little bit more right now, playing for a little bit of pride. So I'm going to take them on the money line as a play. Winning or losing this game for the Brewers doesn't really matter to them, doesn't really mean anything for them, but the Pirates would like to probably win a couple games on their way to the offseason. I do like the Pirates in this game because they're going to have one of their better arms on the mound in Mitch Keller, who has been beaten up over the last 2 games. This is a good chance for him to finish off his season strong. This could be his last start of the year after getting beaten up by the Reds in his last game, only going 3 innings in that one, giving up 8 runs. But on the season, he's been good. He's coming in with a 4.21 ERA. Before that Reds game, it was a 3.87 ERA. He's been up and down this year like a lot of guys this season, but I do think he's still a very reliable arm, and I do like him in this game to take down the Brewers. On the other side, it's going to be Aaron Savali for the Brewers, and he's been up and down as well this season, coming in with a 3.84 ERA and a 1.26 whip. He was traded in the middle of the season from the Tampa Bay Rays over to the Brewers, and ever since he's been with the Brewers, he's been better. I think things might just be better for him because he's getting a little bit more run support. But no matter the case is, he's been having a better year since coming over to this new team. Over the last 4 games, though, he has given up 3+ runs in 3 of those 4 games. I think the Pirates can win this game outright. They're kind of fighting and clawing on Wednesday night. They're currently beating the Brewers 2-1 with Freddie P on the mound. I think they're going to keep fighting the entire season. I'm going to take them here on the money line as the play. For the player props on the screen, we're going with Brian Reynolds here over 1.5 base against the Brewers. A switch hitter and probably the best hitter on this team. Reynolds is looking to finish off his season strong as well. He's right around that 280 batting average. He'd probably love to get over it. He's been hovering around it all year. He has been quiet at the plate over the last couple games, but I don't think that's going to continue going up against Aaron Savali, getting a right-handed matchup in this game. Reynolds has done really well going up against right-handed pitching this season, having a ton of extra base hits, showing off his power going up against the right side. And I do expect that to continue all the way till the end of the season. Again, he has not been producing a lot for the Pirates over the last couple games, but I'm sure just like all of his teammates, they want to try to end this season off hot. So I'm going to take him over 1.5 bases as the play. For the best play of the day, we're looking at the Nationals going up against the Kansas City Royals. Again, currently, the Minnesota Twins are losing again to the Marlins. I don't know how they're letting this happen, but the Royals might be able to get into the playoffs even if they don't sweep the Nationals. They're currently 2 games up on the Minnesota Twins. The Tigers are currently 1 game up on the Royals. I think the Tigers are pretty firmly in now. The Minnesota Twins, they just might lose out, and the Royals and Tigers don't have to win any games. But I do think they're going to try to play this game like they have to win this one. It's going to be like kind of like a must-win game. So I'm going to take the Royals here, team total over 4.5 runs. Even though this team hasn't been able to put up hardly anything over the last couple days, they do look alive right now going up against the Nationals. They currently have 3 runs in the first 5 innings, so maybe things are starting to heat up in KC for the postseason for them. But the real reason we're going with this team total over is because the Royals have the guardian angel on the mound for them in this game. He comes down from above, puts himself on the mound, and delivers runs to the opposing team day in and day out, no questions asked. The deliverer of multiple runs per game, Patrick Corbin, will be back on the mound for the Nationals, coming in with a 5.58 ERA and a 1.51 whip. He has been a little bit stingy with his runs recently, going up against the Marlins twice and the Yankees once over the last 5 games. He's only given up 3 runs in those 3 games that I just mentioned. However, what he lacks giving up in those games, he gives an abundance in other games, going up against the Pirates and the Cubs, giving up 5+ runs in both those games and 8+ hits in both those games as well. The universe always finds a way to balance itself out, and Patrick Corbin is the only one who can balance the scales of runs given up game by game. He is a creature not of this world, making millions of dollars to surrender runs to the opposing team. I like him to continue doing his mission on this planet. Give me the Royals here. Big number, over 4.5 runs as the play. For the player prop on the screen, not going to touch anybody because I can't take anybody from the Royals. I'm going to talk about them on the member side, but I'm not going to be able to touch anybody on the Nationals because this team can't hit. Michael Wacha is going to be on the mound for the Royals, and that is going to be trouble for a lot of these Nats players. There are a lot of young players on this team. We're not a bad team. We're a young team. We have a lot of guys in the farm system getting a chance in the MLB this season because we have a horrible record. That is not their fault. That's everybody else's fault. We have some really good young players playing right now. They're just not quite ready at the MLB level, but they're getting a chance to play in this stretch of games, and I'm happy for that because they're going to be better next season for it. If you want to take anybody, James Woods, always a great option. I also like Dylan Cruz in the one hole. Luis Garcia, probably going to play in this game. He's always fun to take going up against right-handed pitching. You can take Joey Gallo. Not over bases. Don't ever do that. 3+ strikeouts if you want to take him. But yeah, for me, it's going to be a hard pass in this game. I like all the Royals hitters basically, but you can't trust any Nats players, so we're just going to pass on that one. For the best player props for today, we're going to be looking at the Padres going up against the Dodgers. I'm taking Manny Machado of the Padres to go over 1.5 base against Walker Buehler. We have been following Walker Buehler all year long before the injury, after the injury, and the verdict is still the same. He is guilty of sucking this year. He hasn't been good over the last 2 seasons. I feel like he's getting a little bit more chances than normal because he was so good early in his career. But in 2022, he was bad with the Dodgers. In 2023, he didn't play any games. And in 2024, he's coming in with a 5.63 ERA and a 1.58 whip, having another brutal season of injuries and poor pitching. He's coming off another bad performance going up against the Rockies, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, in just 5 innings of work. And that's been his normal outing ever since he came back from that injury. He has given up a lot of hits per game, 5+ hits in 8 of the last 10 games that he's been in. And Manny Machado got a little bit upset last night with some of the calls he was getting in LA. That game was actually on Tuesday night, not Wednesday night when I watched it, but a couple bad calls were called for Manny Machado in the batter's box. I think he's going to come into this game a little bit more aggressive at the plate, especially going up against Walker, who's going to throw that fastball nearly 30% of the time. And Manny Machado on the year, he's hitting that at a clip of 298. We also have the sinker nearly 20% of the time in this game. That's the best pitch Manny has hit all season long. 363 batting average, a slug percentage well over 600 against that pitch. I like him here over 1.5 bases to have an extra base hit at the plate. For the best pitching prop tonight, we're looking at the Angels going up against the Chicago White Sox, and I'm going to watch that game closely in a little bit because yesterday the White Sox, they got booed for winning a game going up against the Angels. All the fans bought tickets to the game between the Angels and the White Sox to watch the White Sox lose an MLB record, 121 games, I think it is, or close to an MLB record of 121 games. The fans went to the game to watch the White Sox make history, and the Angels just simply out-White Sox the White Sox, losing that game in crazy fashion. Both teams were making horrible errors in the field. Maybe the Angels are the match for the Chicago White Sox of who sucks the most. But if the White Sox find a way to win on Wednesday night, that's going to be the last win they have in the season. Thursday night's going to belong to Tyler Anderson and the Angels. This guy might pitch a complete game shutout. He's going to go under 1.5 runs. If you take a look at the numbers for Tyler Anderson, he's been good all season long. He's been the best arm in this rotation all season long, and he's got a steady dose of bread and butter. Fastball, changeup, cutter. He doesn't do anything too cute, and that's perfectly fine going against the White Sox because this team on the year, they have the second worst batting average going up against left-handed pitching at 221. This White Sox team is maybe the worst team in MLB history as well at hitting the fastball, with only Nicky Lopez having a plus run value going up against that pitch. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't even play for this team anymore. And then this actually might be an MLB worst going up against the changeup this year. They only have one player as well with a plus run value going up against that pitch, but they have literally almost the entire roster with a negative run value. They're not even sitting at 0. They're just negative. This team can't hit. This team can't field. They can't do anything right. They can't even lose right whenever people want them to lose. Give me Tyler Anderson here. Complete game shutout. Under 1.5 runs against the White Sox. Let's go over to the recap graphic. We're going to be taking the Pirates on the money line against the Brewers. Ryan Reynolds over 1.5 bases against the Brewers. Royals team total over 4.5 runs. Tyler Anderson under 2.5 runs. And then Manny Machado over 1.5 bases. Guys, it's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Thursday, September 26th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.